Hey there, I'm Han.
And I'm Kat, and we're Brews and Reviews. Welcome to day 3 of the Spring to It Videoathon. This is a videoathon which is hosted by us and 5 other hosts who are
Danny Buxton,
Brooke Clark,
Christina's Journey,
Story,
and Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. The prompt for today's video is book series that I've finished. So I don't think this is, just for, say, the last year or this year. It's just throughout the years.
Yeah, in general.
Yeah. There are so many, but we just compiled it to 10. So, here we go.
So, just to clarify, these are not necessarily series that we both finished. We'll let you know if we both finished them, but, these first 2, we've individually finished, and both read, some of the series the other one has read.
Yes.
So, my first series that I've finished is the Draenei series by David Gemmell, the first book being Legend. Now, if you've been on this channel long, you'll know I'm absolutely obsessed with the Draenei series. It is a high fantasy series with some kick-ass characters in impossible situations, and you just can't help but love them.
So, the series that I have read all the way through, and Kat is, I'd say half the way through, are you?
I've read the first 4.
Yeah. Is obviously The Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare. A lot of people have heard about this. It's about a group of people who are called shadow hunters, and they basically kick ass in the demon world. That sums it up pretty much in a bombshell, doesn't it?
Exactly. And there's vampires and werewolves and other such creatures.
Yes.
Fun times. The next series that both of us have finished this time is the Legend series by Marie Lu. The first book, again, being Legend. I mean, we didn't plan this, but, we just like to hold up books called Legend.
And read them.
Yeah, exactly. And love them a lot. So, this book is set in a dystopian future where the United States is split into 2 factions. Well, I say factions, countries, the Republic and the colonies. And they're at war together, and it follows 2 main characters. One called Day, who is against the Republic, he's rebelling, and one called June, who works for the Republic and is trying to track Day down. It's very interesting, and we just sped through this entire series just recently, and we absolutely loved it.
Both of us have also finished The Infernal Devices. I'm actually about to pick this one up again by doing Emma Books' read-along with the Shadowhunter world, basically. So I'm going to be rereading this, but we've both finished it. We both love it. It's in the same world as The Mortal Instruments and The Dark Artifices, but it's set in, is it Victorian?
Yeah, kind of that sort of time.
So it's not modern day, but
I kind of liked it more because of that. No, don't freak out. It's dead. It's dead.
He's dead. That's on camera, Hannah. It's dead. Tyson, do you want to eat it? No, I'm not going to make you eat a dead thing. Was it big? No, it's one of those tiny little see-through ones. I found it off. Look, I mean, you can see it. It's literally, I can't even see it. You know when you're so scared and stuff, you just laugh. Well, do you know what? I didn't want to do anything else, and I couldn't see any other way of doing it. I couldn't just snatch it off you and be because then you'd shit yourself because you'd be what the fuck? Sorry, it's gone now. It's gone. I've scooped it off with a thing.
Hey, it's gone now though. You didn't touch it, because can you imagine if you touched it? That would have freaked you out.
I might have touched it.
It didn't matter, it's dead. It was not going to get you, it was dead. Anyway.
So I can't really remember what I've just said. Mine's a bit frazzled, but basically, read it.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one a lot more than Mortal Instruments, to be honest, because I got into it a lot easier. Yeah. I don't know if it was just because of the changing time period. I feel like it just flowed more easily.
Yeah.
It was just easier to believe that the sort of, I don't know, it was kind of steampunky a little tiny bit, and I kind of felt that, and I was I quite like that.
I like how it's set in England as well.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
It's more relatable to us, even though it's set in the Victorian era, which we clearly aren't. So the next 2 books we're going to talk about are books that we have, again, both read and both love, and are both extremely underrated and need to be talked about more on BookTube. Now, the first one that we're going to talk about is the Wicked Lovely series by Melissa Marr. Now, this is a series about Fae. It is like just an urban fantasy kind of story. There's love, there's darkness, there's like heartbreak,
an epic
and
war battle at the end.
yeah, like the books are very different because they follow different characters, but like different characters from the first book appear in like later books and that sort of thing, and in the end they all come together, and it's
great.
just like the perfect ending, and like it's such a great series. If you like fae stories, like particularly dark fae stories where like you never quite know who is being truthful or like
sneaky,
what's going to actually happen, then this is the series for you, and you should definitely check it out.
The next book that we want to talk about is The Black Magicians trilogy by Julie Carnarvon. This series is so wonderful. It's built on an amazing magic system. Well, I suppose it can be an amazing magic system, but the people in the slums don't tend to find so.
Yeah, because they don't have any magic.
The country is kind of split off from the poor to the magicians, and the poor don't like the magicians, and they are completely separate worlds, basically. And the magicians, as you can imagine, are mostly made up of very rich people.
Yes.
So it just happens that a girl from the slums finds out she has magic, and the magicians want to track her down because they don't want a rogue magician running around the slums, because if her power isn't contained, it can be disastrous.
Yeah, it's such a good book.
It's
like
brilliant.
I've just reread that. I just reread the first one in February, and I just need to get on to the rest of the series because I love it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I feel like these are our go-to books. So when we look at like magic books and say fae books, these are the ones that we compare every other one of that genre to.
Yeah, we use these as like a base point.
Yeah.
Because we just love them.
Yeah.
We love them that much. The next books we're going to be talking about are two that we once again have both read, because, you know, when they're that good, we have to actually get to the point where we both read them.
Yeah.
So, the first one we're going to talk about is The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, because obviously Lunar Chronicles, I mean, come on now guys, if you've not read this series, what are you doing? It is a sci-fi fairy tale retelling. Like, all of the books are retellings of certain fairy tale characters. You've got Cinderella, then there's Scarlet, which is Red Riding Hood, Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah.
You've got Cress, which is Rapunzel, and you've got Winter, which is Snow White. And it's such an epic sci-fi world, and it's so inclusive and has so many different places. I love how it goes around the world.
Yeah.
And like, you're not just confined to like set locations. You go from like Beijing to France to Africa. Yeah, the moon. Yeah. So where are you going to get to the moon otherwise? Come on now. It's a great series of books, and I think that it really can appeal to anyone who's into YA and sci-fi, but also like that kind of just a gripping story.
Yeah.
That just, you feel really compelled and connected to all of the characters.
And of course, we cannot forget to mention Percy Jackson. So the series is Percy Jackson and the Olympians, and if you haven't read these books and you're a bit older, I've heard a lot of people say they don't particularly connect as well. However, we read them both when we were quite young, didn't we? And we loved them, and rereading them, we still have that love for them. Saying that though, we'd still recommend you read them.
Yeah.
They're brilliant. It's based on mythology and gods and demigods. There's wars, there's fabulous characters and friendships, and it's just wonderful. It's kind of aimed at a younger audience.
Yeah,
but
it's middle grade, but like, it's fun.
Yes.
It's like a Greek mythology modernized in a really fun way.
Yeah.
And like, you just can't help but love it. And like, maybe that's because we've had the nostalgia.
Yeah.
But you've gone on to read like the other series, and you've completed those, and they're more like grown up, aren't they?
Yeah. And I just think Rick Riordan has a way of writing stories, and you know, his like the way he is with words. I absolutely love it. It's literally like, it's like your best friend is telling you about their own adventure. That's what it's like. It's like somebody telling you firsthand, and that's what I love about it.
So these last two books that we're going to talk about today are ones that we have completed individually, and the other one plans to read at some point, even if you've had a little bit of trouble trying to read my one. So the book I'm going to be talking about is Red Rising by Pierce Brown, because... Now, this is a book set in the future on Mars, and it is basically the country... Mars has been split into a caste system that is based upon colours, and at the very bottom of the pile are the Reds, who are like the worker bees of Mars. And I am talking like this. But yeah, the Reds are the worker bees of Mars, and they are controlled by the Golds, who are high on top of everyone else. Now, the story basically follows Darrow, who is a Red, as he goes on a journey to try and rebel against the Golds and overthrow them. And it's just a whole journey. This first book is kind of a little bit Hunger Gamesy at times, but like it had me from the very start, and I got really emotionally attached to everybody in it, and like I just start to finish I was like, I'm done, I've done it. Made me really emotional.
The next series I want to talk about is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. What can I say about this series, right? It's so different. I really liked just, don't get it wrong, it's got everything you want in it, but the storyline is so different. It's about a group of people that come together. Basically, it's like they kind of go on a quest to uncover some things, but I can't explain it because you're planning on reading it this year.
Yeah, like, you're trying to be so vague, and I'm just like here like, this is my fault that you're being so vague.
Basically what I'll say is read it, because it's just nice. Like, I haven't read a story with this storyline, you know, like, or anything along these lines. Well, I don't think ever, if I'm honest, and I really liked it. So yeah, just, I know I haven't actually said anything endearing about it, but please do give it a chance and read it, because I'm not doing it any favours right now. So, like we said, there are so many more series that we have finished, but it would take too long. I mean, there's two of us. Come on now.
Yeah.
We have a lot of books.
As you can see.
Yeah. So we just thought we'd bring you, you know, say our top 10.
Well, I don't even know if they were
No,
top 10
it's
because
not.
there are more, but like, listen, we were trying to bring you a range. A lot of the books we read are YA books, so we brought you a lot of YA books.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't help but have the Drenai series in there because try and make me not.
Try and stop me.
Exactly. But, you know, they're just like ones that we would always like base things on, like we said. Like, they are ones we go back to and we think, this is what I base this on.
Yeah. And we'd recommend all of them. Like, we wouldn't have told you about them if we didn't think they were worthy of being read. They're all brilliant, so if you haven't picked up any, give them a try, and if you have, let us know what you thought. You might think some of them are absolutely terrible. So
Please don't do that.
I
Please
know.
don't break my little heart.
Yeah, but you know, it's nice to hear different views though, isn't it, and why maybe they don't like it. So I know we have some different views on books at times.
Yeah, it's
So,
unfortunate, it happens, you know. So that was the end of our day 3 prompt for the Spring to It Videoathon, and please come back tomorrow. If you have not taken part in it so far, check out the prompts below. There might be something that piques your interest. Don't forget to check out all of the other hosts' videos, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you later.
Bye!